Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be reacting to Spain's thriller of a match as they drew 1-1 with Germany in the last match on Sunday, November 27th, and the last match of matchday 2 in Group E to finalize the group positions before the final day of matches in the FIFA World Cup group stage. They started off with a goal in the 62nd minute.
In the 62nd minute, Busquets released Jordi Alba on the left flank, who played in a beautiful cross for Alvaro Morata to have a little dink finish into the goal. And it's a very good finish by Alvaro Morata to give Spain the lead.
Spain really were dominating the game in terms of chances. Germany were defending well, but in the 83rd minute, substitute Niclas Fullkrug gets the first goal for Germany in this game, and one that could potentially save their World Cup campaign. Musiala has the ball taken off of him by Fullkrug, who comes steaming into the box and smashes it into the back of the net past Unai Simon. It's an excellently taken goal by Niclas Fullkrug, the Werder Bremen striker, and the teams are level, and that's how the match finishes in the 90+6th minute. Spain won, Germany won. This keeps Spain at the top of the group, but it also gives Germany a bigger chance to qualify. But the only way that this will happen is if Germany win by more than 2 goals and Japan lose to Spain. If at least Germany win by at least 2 goals and Japan loses by at least 1 or 2 goals to Spain, then Germany will go from the bottom of the group to second place, where they will come through and go into the next round. But it's going to be a very tight group.
Yeah, it's going to be. This is definitely one of the tightest groups. Today I feel like Germany have the better of performances. For Germany, their whole back line was great today. I feel like Raum was the best of the back line. Their midfield was also pretty good with Goretzka and Kimmich. Musiala and Gundogan were very good. Muller up top was not very good, and Gnabry was not great on the right side. Then for Spain, Unai Simon was decent in goal. Their back line was Carvajal, Rodri, Laporte, and Alba. Alba did very well. I think Alba was possibly Spain's best player on the field, but Rodri did very well there. You normally never play center back. He's used to playing defensive mid for Manchester City, and normally he plays defensive mid for Spain. But he had the task to play center back today, and he did it very well. Their midfield, Pedri was pretty good. Gavi and Busquets were not as good, but I think Busquets had a little bit of a better performance than Gavi. Torres, Asensio, and Olmo were not the best today. Olmo definitely the brightest of them three.
Yeah, Morata changed the game when he came on as striker for Ferran Torres, because he really changed the game. But Spain overall controlled the whole game. Their midfield/defense was probably their best part. Alba was probably their man of the match alongside Morata. They dominated the game, but Germany's defense was so strong today that even though Spain dominated possession, Germany never actually let them have a clear look through into their goal. And therefore, Spain and Germany were kind of holding each other at a lock for most of the first half. Second half opened up a little bit more, especially for Germany. They had some more chances. Overall, actually, Germany had less possession, but more shots on goal. 11 shots in total compared to Spain's 7. Alvaro Morata took his goal really well, and after struggles with the Spanish national team, scoring 2 and 2 at the World Cup is a very good look for him. As for Fullkrug, who is a striker that I honestly have never heard of before this World Cup came about, I know I looked him up a little bit. He's been doing excellently in the Bundesliga with Werder Bremen. 10 goals and 2 assists in 14 matches in the Bundesliga for his German side. So it was no surprise that he'd come in today, and he scored a beautiful goal. Lots of power behind it. And Germany now have a glimmer of hope to get through to the next stage, but it's all if all the conditions are met on the last day, which include Spain have to win against Japan by at least 2 goals. Germany have to win against Costa Rica by at least 2 goals, and Germany are through. But Germany have to win. There is no draw possibility. If they draw, they are out. A win is necessary for them to go through to the next round of the World Cup.
So if they win and Japan lose, goal differential does not matter at all. Germany just have to win, and they will be 1 point ahead of Japan if they lose and Germany win.
Now, if Spain and Japan draw, then Germany have to win by at least 2 goals, I believe, to get over Japan. And they play Costa Rica. Yeah, so Germany will have to win at least 2 goals over Costa Rica if Japan and Spain draw. So it's a little bit of math there, but that's how basically Germany's chances are to get through to the next round. As for the Group E table after this match, Spain sit top with 4 points, 1 win from Costa Rica, 1 draw from today. Japan are second with their win against Germany and their loss against Costa Rica, so they sit on 3 points. Costa Rica are tied with them. Their win against Japan today, earlier morning, is matched by their loss to Spain, so they sit on 3 points as well. And Germany at the bottom of the group after losing to Japan drew with Spain today to keep them on 1 point. So that's how Group E looks. That's it for our reaction. Let's continue to predictions for tomorrow's games. Starting with the 5 a.m. match, Cameroon versus Serbia.
Cameroon versus Serbia. I think Serbia can get a win here. 2-1.
Yeah, Serbia were beaten by 2-0 by Brazil last time out, but they looked bright, and really Brazil are such a good team that sometimes it's hard to really categorize teams off of that, especially when a team like Serbia were just defending the whole game. But I think they'll be able to exercise their attacking talent here. As for Cameroon, it was a close game, but they lost to Switzerland, so I think Serbia will win here. Our 8 a.m. match is South Korea meeting Ghana in the Group H clash between them. What's your prediction?
This is going to be a huge game for South Korea and Ghana because they're both the underdogs in the group. They're the two that are not favorited to qualify. So whoever wins this has a better chance of qualifying. If it's a draw, that still gives them a chance. And if Portugal win against Uruguay, then that puts Uruguay in a bad position. And if South Korea win against Ghana, that puts South Korea in a great position. So I think this match, though, is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think 1-1 draw as well. South Korea did not look too bad against Uruguay last time out. Son was not firing up to his usual standards, as was the whole South Korea forward line. Ghana played pretty well against Portugal. I was actually surprised with their attacking intent and how much they wanted to go and get the game. But they did just nearly lose to them by 3-2. But I think it'll be a draw tomorrow, which will make those two teams' tasks to get into the next round even harder. At 11 a.m. is Brazil versus Switzerland.
I think Brazil can get the win here, 3-1.
I'm going to say 2-0, just like their game against Serbia. I think it'll be a very similar game. I think we'll see Switzerland defend for most of the game, but Brazil will find a way through, whether it's a bicycle kick from Richarlison or a long-range strike from one of their defenders. I think they'll find a way through. And the last match of the day is Portugal versus Uruguay.
Definitely the biggest game of the game of the day. I think Portugal can win here. I think they're going to win 2-1. I think,
again, here it'll be a draw. Last time out, Uruguay's defense and midfield were excellent, but their attack let them down. So I'm going to go for another, I know we've seen a lot of these at the World Cup this year, but another 0-0 draw between those two teams.
I'm going to say Portugal had looked great attacking-wise. They had Bruno Fernandes sitting there in midfield, and they had Ronaldo and Joao Felix up top, where Bruno Fernandes was just feeding it to Ronaldo and Joao Felix, and that's how really their story against Ghana. And then you also had Rafael Leao coming up on the left side, and they just get numbers up really well, Portugal. So I think they can get the win against Uruguay.
That is it for our reactions and predictions for tomorrow's round of matches in the World Cup, the 28th of November, that is. If you enjoyed and want to see more World Cup content, make sure you subscribe and like the video to if you enjoy the content, comment down below what your predictions are for tomorrow. And until next time,
Come on, you Spurs!